Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cynthia and this is our series 52 Weeks to Portugal. We are now into week 40 and it's going by so quickly right now. We're already down 12 weeks. This week, excitingly enough, we got Tim's passport back and I'm super duper excited about this because it allows us to do so much more and don't feel restricted by the handcuffs of not having the documentation we need to apply for everything. So I finalized the documentation for the NIF and the bank account number in Portugal through Borders, and I should have hopefully that information for the NIF number in about 1 to 2 weeks and for the bank account in about 6 weeks. So I'll provide you with an update on that as we move forward with regards to how we're getting those done, taken care of. That will help us move forward with getting our lease agreement. So it's important that we do take those steps. We can start really planning our house hunting trip because when we now have the passport in hand and we don't have to worry about potentially missing a flight because we don't have a passport for him to go over there. So that's super exciting. Now, in regards to lease agreements, as you know, I reached out to Dallas, the relocation specialist that was referred to me by expats everywhere in their YouTube channel. Kaylee and Josh are the hosts of that, and they've got quite a bit of information regarding Portugal, living in Portugal, and just everything Portugal. So I'm super excited to work with Dallas in regards to relocation, getting the lease agreement in place, and also he just has a lot of expertise in regarding making sure everything works when we get over there. Some of the things that I hadn't thought about that I didn't realize I didn't know and needed to know, such as getting a Wise account so that we can transfer money to and from America to Portugal. Dallas was also telling me about a Facebook group that's everything Portugal. It's called Americans and Friends in PT. I did apply to become part of this group because they do have an application process. I got an information back from them regarding the fact that they are on vacation until September and to please reapply then. So I don't have any more information regarding that particular Facebook group, but I understand they have quite a bit of information regarding moving over to Portugal, living in Portugal, and basically everything Portugal. So I'm excited to actually find out more about that, but that will be in a few weeks from now when hopefully I'm able to join that group and can access those files from them and see what I don't know that I didn't know. So we'll go from there once I have more information. Also, Dallas was telling me, and I hadn't even thought about this, how are we going to call people? How are we going to manage our friendships or relationships back in the United States? Do we plan on keeping a phone that's a US phone number? Do we plan on just having the Portuguese phone number? What does that mean as far as international calling and things of that nature? My husband mentioned that we do have Alexa and we use that to call people with. We have the Echo Show, which does have the video screen on that, and we do use that through our internet provider. So that might be a great option for us to do in Portugal as well, if that's available through, I would think it'd be available through their internet ability as well to make phone calls and just to be able to basically FaceTime people through the Echo Show and to be able to really communicate with them so they can not feel like we're all the way across the ocean. Dallas also mentioned to me about that I might want to consider when I am shipping over items that I wait until after we get our temporary residency from Portugal. Now remember that temporary residency is through the SEF appointment, and that's about 3 to 4 months after you actually move over to Portugal once you get the initial D7 visa from the United States side. So we wouldn't be able to move any furniture, clothing, the car even, until 3 or 4 months into our actual move over to Portugal. The reason why this is important is because of the taxes that may be assessed on the items that we want to ship over. So we really have to keep that in mind. We don't really want to pay double taxation on things that we've already paid on, such as the car. I don't know how much that would be for an import charge or if they would reapply a VAT to us or anything of that nature. But I don't really want to be out thousands of dollars just because I decide to ship something too early when I could have easily waited a month or two. But with that said, if we do decide to take the car or any other items, where do we store them for those 3 to 4 months that we're waiting to ship? It's another thing we're going to have to think about and come up with a solution regarding that. So talking about the NIF and the bank account number, I had said in my last video that I thought I could use the picture that I had taken of the 4 corners of his passport because it included all 4 corners, but I didn't realize it also needed the signature part of it. And the picture I had did not have the signature part of it. So without that, I will say that I was surprised at the length of the application. It was a little frustrating for me with some of the questions because I wasn't quite clear on what they were asking for or how I should respond to some of them. So I spent more time on it than I thought I would have. I did go through Border for it, so hopefully in my next video, I don't know if I'll have another update in a week, but it might be 2 weeks before I have an update on the NIF and the bank account. I also spoke with Dallas. He's actually not able to work with me quite yet because we are 40 weeks out to our move, and we are several months out until we actually make our appointment here in San Francisco to apply for the D7 visa. We'll be doing that in late December, so hopefully we can have a February date and be able to move over in May of 2024. So he would prefer that we spoke to him in November or December so that we could work with him in regards to our lease agreement that we will need for our D7 visa. But it did give me a lot of helpful information. We will reach out to him as we move closer, and I'll keep him updated as to how everything is developing in regards to our process. So in my next video, let's go ahead and talk about our house hunting trip and the places where we want to look. I think we've narrowed it down to 5 cities: Lisbon, Porto, Braga, and seeing the 2 coastal cities that piqued our interest, Caldas de Raina and Aveiro. I'm sure I'm pronouncing both of those wrong, but they are on the coast. One is closer to Porto, while the other one is closer to Lisbon. So I know that we would be interested in going and visiting those places. We need to decide how long we may be gone for, what we're kind of looking for in a place. I think we're more than likely looking for an apartment at first to start with, and kind of what Dallas might have available for us. So let's discuss that potentially on our next video, hopefully in a week from now. Thanks.